We must fight against the spirit of unconscious cruelty with which we treat the animals. Animals suffer as much as we do. True humanity does not allow us to impose such sufferings on them. It is our duty to make the whole world recognize it. Until we extend our circle of compassion to all living things, humanity will not find peace. Albert Schweitzer. Animal testing for cosmetic products is an issue that must be recognized and ended. Common household cosmetics utilize animal testing. You could be using products tested on animals and not even be aware. I am passionate about both animals and cosmetics and know that a common ground can be found. Animal testing for cosmetic products causes animals unnecessary pain and suffering, is practiced in an alarming rate and quantity, and is completely avoidable, as many alternatives can be found. Let's begin with the pain and suffering that animal testing for cosmetics causes the animals. Animal testing is pure cruelty, and these animals are truly suffering for the vanity of humans. Animals are suffering and dying so that people can have such silly items as mascara. Unimaginable pain is caused by these tests. Examples of these tests include, but are not limited to, the Drey's test, which is performed on rabbits. It's when the test subject is dripped into the eyes of rabbits and the damage is then observed. Oftentimes the eyes suffer inflammation and blister. And this is just a photo of Drey's test. And as you can see, this product clearly has inflamed the rabbit's eye. He's more than likely had his eye destroyed by the substance that's being tested on him. Acute toxicity, which the substance is given to mice or rats through a stomach tube, and the animals suffer from hours of convulsions, diarrhea, fever, shivering fits, and paralysis. It eventually will lead to these animals' deaths if it reacts badly. Chronic toxicity is when a low dose of substance is given to rodents at regular intervals over a period of weeks, and the same painful results as the acute toxicity tests occur. The skin irritancy test, the substance is applied to the shaven skin of rabbits, and if the substance is an irritant, painful inflammation can occur. And I have a couple pictures of this. This is a less severe case of the the skin irritancy test. As you can see, they shaved the fur from the rabbit, and they applied the test substance to his fur. And this is a much more severe case of that. And as you can see, this was an irritant substance that was applied to his skin. So painful blistering, inflammation of the skin. This is just a really horrible process for the animal to have to go through. And also the skin allergy test is when the substance is injected into the skin of rodents and guinea pigs in order to stimulate the animal's immune system. And after repeated contact, painful inflammation can occur. And this is just a picture of a mouse being injected with some test substance. And they would monitor what this does to the animal and see if any of the inflammation would occur. And the damaging effect of sunlight, or phototoxicity test, is carried out on rabbits and guinea pigs. The substance is injected in the skin and exposed to UV light while the animals are contained in narrow plastic tubes, and it makes it impossible for these animals to move. The skin absorption test, which is a substance is applied to the skin of rats, and these animals are held in confined cages indefinitely to test for substances in their feces, urine, and fecal matter. So once again, they're completely contained. They don't have any movement that they're allowed, and so that it's easier access for testing. And damage to fetus or embryo, which is teratogenicity, and that's when a substance is applied to the skin of pregnant rats or rabbits. And these animals are killed at different stages of pregnancy in order to see if the substance has done any damage to the mother or the fetus. And if the subject is teratogenic, it causes deformities in stillbirths. Cancer-inducing, which is carcinogenicity, and this is the test substance is given to mice or rats, and the animals are tested to see if it has cancer-inducing properties. And these are all tests that cause animals unnecessary pain and most of the time death. We've discussed what kind of pain these animals go through. Let's take a look at the large amount of animal testing that is occurring. To explain how often animal testing for cosmetics occurs, the question of where this occurs must be asked. Animal testing for cosmetics mostly happens in private facilities, government facilities, nonprofit facilities, and university laboratories. Regulations to prevent this are in place, but they're not followed properly or at all. The number of animals used annually for cosmetic testing in the UK is currently around 2.6 million, and the figure worldwide has been estimated over 41 million. And this is a ridiculously large number. I know that I was not aware of how large this number was before I started doing research on this subject. It has to be reduced or eradicated. The common cosmetic companies that use animal testing for their products include Axe, Bengay, Clairol, CoverGirl, Crest, Johnson & Johnson, MAC Cosmetics, Sally Hansen, and many more. The list really goes on and on. Now we have talked about how often and where this testing is occurring. Let's consider why it's not necessary. Thousands of ingredients used in cosmetics are already known to be safe for human use. Companies can use these ingredients in a number of combinations to create new products. It's not necessary to test all kinds of new products that would have to be tested on animals to make sure that they're safe when there's thousands upon thousands of products that we already know are safe that we can continue to use. And there are also non-animal tests available or in development. With the help of cosmetic companies, there are now over 50 non-animal tests available, and a lot more can be developed. This will be a major movement for cosmetic companies, and everyone's going to have to be on board for it, but it is essential in ending animal testing and the cruelty that occurs to these animals. So in conclusion, animal testing is an unnecessary, incredibly cruel process that must be stopped. It is painful for the animals, it occurs alarmingly often, and is completely avoidable. The question then becomes, what can be done to stop animal testing for cosmetics? Products that are known to participate in animal testing should be boycotted. There's no really a way around that. You have to let the company know that you're not okay with using a product that tests on animals. This will cause the companies to take notice of the public opinion, and they'll want to change their policies. If people are not buying their products based on their animal testing, then they're going to know that they need to change in order to have consumers buy their products again. And in place of products developed by means of animal testing, cruelty-free products can be bought. There are so many companies that use cruelty-free products. They develop their products without using animal testing. They use the non-animal testing, and they're developing even more ways to test their products without using animal testing. And another recommendation is to ask your representative to co-sponsor the Humane Cosmetics Act, which is a federal bill that would end cosmetics testing on animals in the U.S. This would actually make it illegal for animal testing to occur, and it would really crack down on the cases that animal testing is occurring and nobody seems to be monitoring it. The final and most important way to end animal testing for cosmetics is to simply help spread awareness. Let everyone know that these products they do use animal testing to produce their cosmetics, and just let everyone know that you don't use them or your family doesn't use them because of their policy on animal testing. And with the help of everyday people, countless animals can be spared from the injustice of animal testing. When it comes down to it, it's truly about the animals, and it's about not allowing injustices to continue and the cruelty to end. Thank you.